It's so cold.
There are remnants of ancient spirits in here. This is no ordinary chill.
As I explained before, Dunban, the defense systems are designed to prevent uninvited...
Well, what does this do?
Don't touch!
Huh? Who puts a great big hole somewhere like that?
As I explained, it's a defense mechanism.
What a mess, Rhine.
Friend not clever touching button.
I'm with these guys, Rhine.
How was I supposed to know that was gonna happen? What about your visions, eh? You think the two of you could come up with something?
You know it doesn't work like that.
It would have been useful, yes.
Pair of fortune-telling frauds.
You got us into this mess. And it's not the first time either.
Ricky agree with Shulk.
Why is it my fault all of a sudden?
This time it is your fault.
Precisely.
Well...
Be thankful that we are all alive. I suggest greater care next time. Our journey will be longer, but we can still make our way deeper into the tomb.
Okay. We can't waste another second. Melia needs us.
Also, I just want to say I love that headdress that Ryan is rocking. It totally, completely looks like just something he bought at like a novelty truck stop along the side of the road and is now just going out of his way to try and justify the purchase by wearing it everywhere.
Yeah, I was a big fan of that headdress as soon as I saw it too. Anyway, this is the underside of the High Entia tomb. Because we're not High Entian royalty, we have to go the long way to get up to where Melia is.
I appreciate that we can get visions, for hey, this is a bear ass. We're going to need 5 of them. But Ryan almost killing us. No, ain't gonna happen.
Well, you know, it didn't kill us, so clearly it wasn't important to us.
Look, nobody took damage in the fall.
Let's keep this up.
Yeah, that checks out.
I just like to think that Rhine is how I play every barbarian in like Diablo 2 and 3, which is the intelligence stat is my dump stat.
That also checks out.
Yeah, that checks out. So I forgot to mention it the last couple of videos, but I've since at some point between I guess one of the last 2 videos and you know the rest of the LP, I learned that Ryan's Berserker aura is actually really good. It doubles his strength at the cost of like half of his defense, but his defense is really good already, so it's not that big a deal. And he's actually not that much slower than Shulk, so you can actually build him for speed, and he'll dodge a fair amount. And then the purple art he has there, Aura Burst? That does I forget what it does, but I think it's an area of effect that does strength down on anyone it hits. It also does not expend his aura. So on top of that and the Dive Sabat stuff, Ryan is incredible at party support.
So wait, Aura Burst does not dispel your aura.
It does not. You'd think it would, but it really doesn't.
Beginning to think these Monolith boys aren't so good at the whole balancing thing.
This isn't pushing you at all.
Yeah, probably not.
I think it's one of those,
hey.
like, they had to name it something and couldn't think of a word other than aura.
Also, it's not exactly confidence boosting that, especially like in this area, like just with the aesthetic of like the area in general and the enemies that you're facing that, like, there's some big Xenosaga Episode 2 energy going on here, so...
Xenosaga Episode 2 is a game that every RPG should strive for.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that it's a game that everyone should experience at least once just to say you did it and just to see, like, the absolute nadir of game design in the 2000s.
So, when's the LP, Crow?
No.
No, just absolutely not.
3 people already have attempted to try and get through the Xenosaga trilogy, and, like, basically all of them have kind of crashed and burned on Episode 2, so that should tell you a big thing about how fucking bad that game is.
I mean, the last one that got through... The last one finished 2, and then got bogged down with a bunch of side bullshit before... That's technically before 3.
Oh, is it like stuff like how there's a whole like data book or whatever for Nier that actually has the backstory to Automata?
Yeah, they did that for episode 2 and episode 3 only. It was a website that Namco promised that they were going to translate because it was basically the prologue to episode 3. And then when episode 3 finally rolled around, they just went, nah, we're not actually going to translate that. Fuck you, nerds.
You know, which, to be clear, that is a power move.
And it is also basically Namco.txt, so... God, they wanted to bury Xenosaga so hard after that first game, and, like, the second one gave them the perfect excuse.
I mean, to be fair, I would also have wanted to bury the fuck out of Xenosaga if the game that I was promised by the... You know, if I was Namco management, and what they delivered to me was Xenosaga 2.
Man, I really need to go look into this now just to see why it's so maligned.
It's a whole bunch of reasons that it would literally take basically the rest of the video, plus the next one I would assume, to outline.
Oh, jeez.
It's like weird directorial, like, setting and tone choices, like, just completely abandoning everything that worked from the first game in a vain attempt to try and, like, chase a more action-oriented style for the second one. Like, firing half the voice cast for no reason. Firing both Tetsuya Takahashi and Soraya Saga literally halfway through the production, and then just rewriting the game from scratch. Just giant mess of, like...
If you absolutely must have a quick and dirty explanation, it's the Devil May Cry 2 of the series.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, basically the story of why Xenosaga Episode 2 devolved into chaos is a lot more interesting than Xenosaga Episode 2 itself, and we've literally been talking about this for about a quarter of the video now, so let's shut up about it.
That is a big ball of... something.
He'd look fun and sparkle.
It's not attacking us, at least.
What's happening?
Hey, look at that!
Another defense mechanism.
At a guess, we're looking at the tomb's guard.
We're not getting past without a fight.
Everyone, Melia needs us. We can't let this thing stop us.
No problem. Time to break my record.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what if Mega Man was a Frankenstein zombie? Also, I love that shot of just, like, Alvis in the background, just kind of very disinterestedly going, yeah, you're on your own for this one, guys.
It's...
I mean, to be fair, isn't that how he's been this entire dungeon?
Pretty much, yeah. Shulk, what are you doing?
Someone please pick me up. Thank you. Honestly, I think the worst thing about fighting this guy is that giant laser he does, which, as you can see, has inflicted art seal.
If you were to like walk behind him, would that attack miss you, or is that just a fuck you? You get art seal.
I think it actually, or I think you do dodge it because I think it only attacks in front of him. But it's been so long since I played this that I actually don't remember anymore.
Also, I just want to take issue with the name here. This thing is called Orluga Rufus, and there is not a tiny bit, not a single bit of red on it anywhere.
See, and here I thought you were going to, I mean, he does, his gun, his big giant gun hands do remind me a little bit of Rufus's excellent shotgun.
No, I went for the more higher intellect reference. Although, if I was Rufus Shinra and I was compared to this thing, I'd be extremely insulted.
Yeah, but that's just how Rufus Shinra always is.
Fair point.
Yeah, that just seems like his default state of being. Also, yeah, just being behind it lets you avoid the attack.
Are we ever gonna find her?
I think you'll find we had to take the long way because somebody pushed a certain
Burn.
Somebody mean Rhine.
Shut it, hairball. It was just a button.
Relax. She will be fine. This route will lead us to the ritual.
Cut to a shot of just Melia dead on the altar.
Of the essence.
We've got to hurry. There's no time to lose.
I have no idea what's up with that giant ball above us, aside from it summoning the Orluga, but let's move on.
I mean, weren't you paying attention? They literally described it. It's a big ball of something.
Just something high Entia tech, don't worry about it. When in doubt, blame Lorithia.
Thanks, Lorithia.
Time for pain! I'm ready! Alley-oop!
So here's something fun. Behind some of those doors are little tunnels that take you to secret passages. This one here takes us to the second treasury. And for our troubles, we get the Summon Bolt art manual, which lets us level it up to 10, and the ruby glasses, which are an incredible piece of armor for Melia. I mean, anyone can use it, but it has the Ether 5 gem always equipped. So, something tells me they specifically meant that for her.
I don't know. We're in an area of the high Entia, and we're getting Melia-specific stuff? I don't know. Doesn't check out, dude.
Oh, you're right. It probably goes on it probably goes to the guy who has the Monado.
Here I come.
No, you're all wrong. It's for Riki.
Good job, everyone. We did it.
Anyway, because we just attempted to rob the crypt, I guess. Here's their crypt guardian. That said, even if you die, you're just going back to your last landmark anyway, so it's not that big a deal. You still walk out with the glasses and the manual.
And so is that like a speedrun strat where you just like die immediately after picking up those stuff so you can teleport up?
I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the speedrun probably doesn't even bother coming here.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, probably not. I can't imagine the speedrun strats would actually care that much about Summon Bolt.
Also, a speedrun of this game is probably also, like, still, like, 12 hours long, so...
Can't wait for 3 years from now, Chaos is gonna eat crow when someone says, like, oh yeah, and Thunderbolt is, like, the most perfect spell because it reduces armor or whatever. It turns this boss into a one-hit kill.
No, that's a different spell, Jabbo. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like, that's what you do whenever, or in one of my LPs, whenever someone points out how wrong I am about something, just go, oh, that's nice.
Also, I was gonna say, I think speedruns of Xenoblade 2 go at, like, 4 hours, so I'm really curious how long a speedrun of 1 goes at 4.
It's crashing time!
I appreciate all the climbable walls here, just so you don't have to actually give a shit about the Orluga in the middle.
I'm gonna say, that was an extremely fast demotion to just some guy you're gonna find in the dungeon.
Right? Yeah, curious about what was over here, but there seems to be nothing for us at the time, so let's just move on.
Physics.
It'll be fine. Anyway, now we're back on the main path.
Does it? Oh, god damn it.
Please be careful when walking off on a bridge with no rails.
I was literally about to ask, does it take you right back to exactly where you were when Ryan hit that button?
Filthy Homs half-breed has no right to the throne!
Melia, half Homs.
Melia! Sure. That's Entia! In the tomb! Why should you care when you're about to meet your death?
All right, time for this fight.
Yep.
This fight really sucks. So Tyrea and the Telethia can be a bit much to deal with. Telethia does its usual thing where it'll read your art and soul, and you can't actually hurt it until you dispel its aura or it wears off. Tyrea is humanoid, so Shulk can't hurt her, but I'm still bringing him anyway because I still want other options for dealing with Soul Reed.
What even are your other options for dealing with the Telethia if you don't have Shulk?
Melia's Mind Blast. That's basically it.
Option, singular, I see.
Yeah. I forget who has it, but Tyrea will sometimes just be unable to be locked onto because someone uses the lock-on aura, which forces you to target the Telethia, which can make it a bit of a pain in the ass to rebuild your meters and all that. Meanwhile, Tyrea is just gonna claw into your health while you can't do jack shit to her.
Man, I can't believe this Solidum Telethia is like a weaponized machine. It's a weapon to surpass Xenogears.
Get the fuck out.
It's very effective.
It's a good thing we're not fighting Liquidum Telethia.
That was a very effective chain attack, Argate. I'm proud of you.
I'm really upset about that chain attack. I mean, if it were just Tyrea or the Telethia by themselves, this fight would be not that bad, but... No, that... It's a pain in the ass, and whatever that was just dazed everybody.
You never bunch up the party. Everybody knows this.
Now is the time to shine. Your kind has no need of such power. I feel the ether building within me. Manifest yourself. Raging floor. Razor wind.
Shadow Eye, amateurish.
Dumban.
Leave this for me.
Rotten filth.
I mean, at least this fight has a gimmick.
You'll never be empress.
Like, Xenoblade does tend to have the problem of basically all of the... Most of the worst bits of it are just, here's a thing, it has 8 billion HP. Go chain attack it to death.
Yeah, that's true. This fight isn't just a complete damage sponge.
And imagine if you weren't 3 levels above it either.
Also sucks for me that I completely missed that Dunban was dazed like right as I hit the button. Anyway, Tyrea's down, so now we can just deal with the Telethia.
Manifest yourself. Excellent showing.
Super.
It's not over! Telethia! Kill as many of them as you can! Keep clear! The Telethia is destroying itself! What?
Almost bought it.
Alvis, thank you.
My pleasure, Shulk.
Why did you come?
The Monado gave me a warning that you were in danger. I'm just glad we made it.
Hey, Shulk, whoever that was is gone.
So, they escaped.
Shulk, everyone, I thank you. You saved me.
Ricky, Smiley, Smiley! Melly, all safe! All thanks to Hero Pawn! Oh,
That's not how I remember it, Cheeseball.
And that concludes my report on events in the tomb.
So, there are forces working in the shadows.
However, this is purely circumstantial. Nothing can be proven.
Inquisitors of the Bionite Order, dedicated and devoted to the Bionis.
The Order was dissolved under the rule of the Emperor Lumion, 47th successor to the throne, due to its extreme practices.
Like puppet masters pulling the strings from the shadows. I believe their bloodline was lost to the ages.
Her Highness the First Consort is currently residing in the Tower of Investigation. The Ministry of Investigation's judgment should be imminent.
Oh, that may not be enough. I myself must shine a light on the truth.
Agreed.
Mother.
Melia.
Your Majesty.
You have returned unharmed from the tomb. The Forefathers have spoken.
But if it hadn't been for Shulk...
Callian has informed me of what happened. There is no reason to doubt your legitimacy to the throne.
Believe in yourself, Crown Princess.
Brother...
Tomorrow will be the investiture ceremony. At the appointed time, you will become my successor. Be proud.
I will.
Melia, my child. I am overjoyed at how far you have come. You are truly worthy of the throne. Continue the legacy of your High Entia and Hom's bloodline. You are the hope of Bionis.
Oh, Ricky and friends helped save Melly. Ricky very happy.
We're all relieved. But something's still bothering me.
What is it?
Why was Melia chosen as the Crown Princess? Shouldn't Callian have been the one to ascend? And her foe in the tomb clearly opposed that decision.
You have a point.
Callian is more than a worthy candidate. What reason could they have for choosing Melia? And why would Callian go along with this?
It's a mystery.
Our apologies. His Majesty the Emperor summons you.
Finally! He's gonna let us into Prison Island. Yeah.
His Majesty awaits you in the audience chamber. He asks that you join him shortly.
Yes?
Shulk, forgive us for detaining you earlier. You and I are not of the same people. But this I must say. Thank you for helping Melia Antiqua, my daughter. It was no small feat.
Not at all. I too must apologize for meddling in your customs. We should not have interfered.
She is a lucky girl to have met such unselfish people. In the times to come, a ruler will need support from individuals like you. I hear you seek the Mechon.
Yes. The Mechon devastated our homes, and we lost many loved ones.
Revenge is your goal?
It is.
You are honest.
I do not want to hide our true intentions. Our very existence is at stake.
Unwavering, too. Shulk, you are the master of the Monado. But there is something that must be said.
What is it?
Long before our forefathers built this empire, two titans, the Bionis and the Mechonis, fought a vicious battle. Is this known among Homs?
Yes. It is told to us as children. The two fought and died, killing many creatures in the process. Their remains became our worlds, bringing forth new life on Bionis. That's how we were made.
The Bionis shall awaken once again.
Alvis told me the same thing.
This is not just the vision of a seer. All of Macna knows. The Telethia are as old as the Bionis itself. And now, they disturb the ether. That disturbance can only lead to one thing.
But why is this happening now?
This is an inscription left by our forefathers. It is written, "Descendants of Antiqua, when the ether cries, the Bionis awakes. Mistake not the signs, and heed the sword's return. Trap its power, and assure eternal prosperity." All life born on Bionis affects the ether. The Mekon's assault is just the beginning. And these events were set in motion when you used the sword against them.
We used it because we...
Because you needed to. Without it, you could not survive. I cannot dispute this fact. I believe the inscription speaks of these very events with the Mekon. But if their assault continues, if more lives are lost, soon the Bionis will awake. And not only the High Entia, but all life will perish. Do you see, Shulk?
You're talking about total extinction.
Correct. Which is why the Mekon's invasion must be stopped.
Then you'll help us. Your Majesty, we need Imperial sanction to enter Prison Island. Will you permit us entry?
What will you do there?
I saw it in a vision. We will fight a faced Mekon. They must pay for what they did.
Then you will have seen him too. On Prison Island, our forefathers sealed something away, just as they did to the Monado. All records have been lost, and there is now no way to know what it was.
Is it connected to the awakening of the Bionis?
I do not know, but our forefathers must have had good reason. We must trust their decision. Shulk, allow me some time to deliberate. Above all else, I will consider the safety of Bionis. You are our Bionis brethren. We will not ignore your plight.
I understand. This is not our homeland. If you decide not to let us go, I will accept your decision.
I am sorry.
It's okay.
One more thing.
Yes?
I ask this not as Emperor Saurian Antiqua, but as a father. I do not demand that you act as Melia's protector, but I would be honored if you would be her friend. This is my humble request.
It would be my honor.
The Telethia are on the move.
Yes.
That fleshy fool will go for the Monado. What of the faces?
Repairs to metal are complete.
And Nemesis?
Nemesis is...
The Homs with the Monado. He has reached Erith Sea?
Yes.
Then there is only one place for them to go. Yet he will not dare unleash such power. No matter. Bugs must still be exterminated. It is time to test our new toy. Commence the assault on Bionis.
Do it yourself, you big golden asshole.